What a name. You'll love to see it. Okay, someone asked me to explain my keybinds. So, do you want on Sylvie, or do you want just in general? I've been using these keybinds for like 13 years, if not more. I'm 26, I started playing WoW when I was 7. Okay, longer than that. So somewhere along the lines, it morphed into this. And this isn't even actually like the right keybind set, because the keybind set I normally use, I can't use because my mouse is broken for the 3rd fucking time. Because as much as I love Naga Trinities, they are dog shit for durability, unfortunately. So I'm on my 3rd one in like 5 years, something like that. It's fucking brutal. So, it's kind of funny because like all the games I've played have kind of trained me for what I'm doing right now, because the way I run my keybinds are I use, rather than using 1, 2, 3, 4 for abilities like most people do, like I found that was way too far from like where my WASD is and like where my hands sit naturally, whereas QER is just so much easier to press, like so much easier to like side strafe all the time and then still do rather than like moving my fingers as much. So for abilities, I'm gonna press a shit ton. I'm literally so fucking lazy that I didn't want to move my hand a little bit extra over for abilities I was gonna use all the time. I figured I'd have it closer to my WASD key. So on Q, I have whatever I press the most, like whatever the character uses like 24/7. So filler skills, arcane shot, celestial shot, flutterfly movement in this case. And then the second ability is whatever is like the next filler or like a spender of some sort. And then R is normally the key for bleed, AoE, leap. I mean, because QER, leap was my fucking, or R was my leap key for my barbarian. So that was where I normally put that. And then F is my colossal smash key. This is some big cooldown, something relatively important that I have to keep up all the time. Big damage buff. What else? Shield block. That sort of thing. And then my S key. If you're an MMO player, if you have your S key bound to backpedal, you are cannon fodder. I was arena healing when I learned healing by arena healing 2v2, and I started out originally PvPing. And when you're playing MMOs, I don't even know if Fellowship works like this because I just didn't have my S key bound from the first time I played Fellowship in general. But if you're playing World of Warcraft and you're holding your backpedal key, you will actually walk slower than if you walk backwards, like sideways. If you run sideways like this, you will outpace someone walking backwards. So, as a result, there's no point in having your backpedal key bound whatsoever, because I move with my mouse. I hold W, and then I pivot my mouse to move, while also using WASD to move, or AD to move. So I have AD, something instant cast, right? You see how this kind of works? Holding W, moving around, using like celestial shot and all that shit, right? And then stop for E, move, etc., right? So S key then became something I don't press very often. I'm also, it's ironic, I'm a Frenchman with my S key unbound. So, you know.
Please don't let them fall.
I wanted to be counter to the stereotype. Yeah, so it's something that I don't press very often, so something that's of relatively good importance. Rapture, ulti in this game's case. What else? What normally goes here? The Rapture is all I can really think of right now. Archangel. Something that, like, the weird button that's kind of awkward to press, you know? French-Canadian, but not French-Canadian, because if I was that, my father would disown me. And then, so yeah. that's, I mean, alt in this case, because I press it every now and then, right? And then spacebar. I don't have jump keybound on my left hand. I have jump on my mouse. I'm trying to remember why I did this. Oh yeah, just because I looked at my hand and I'm like, why the fuck am I using spacebar to jump? Like, spacebar is like my most pressed button, where if you sit your hand on WASD, where does your thumb rest? It automatically rests on fucking spacebar, and then my hand automatically or my pinky finger automatically rests on shift, right? So my hands are on WAD shift space, right? So if you look at my fucking keybinds, what are the closest things to all of that? Alright. And then shift is just modifier, right? However, I do have a purpose for every single one as well. So I was like, okay, spacebar is my most pressed key, so spacebar should be my most pressed ability. So in this case, Flutterfly Call is my most pressed ability, or like, this is my Mortal Strike key. You can tell when I play in World of Warcraft because I fucking gauge it by warrior. So Mortal Strike key is 6-second cooldown, like big damage ability. So or like big finisher, like eviscerate. Shit, what else? I'm brain farting. Aim shot. Which is why Highwind Arrow is there in this case. I'm trying to think. Haunt. And then shift space is, or no, I'll cover it down as I go here. So QER, F, C, or okay. C is my what is it? C is burst cooldowns. That's my one-shot macro. C for cooldowns. I'm not. I wish I was kidding. I wish I was kidding. And then Z is my defensive key, so this is shield wall. Shield wall, deterrence. Fucking anything that like gets me out of a pinch. And then X is secondary defensive, so last stand. Any extra like stand buff, Blessing of Kings, or not Blessing of Kings, Blessing of Prot. The fuck else is it? Iron Bark. Oh yeah, in this case. How'd I get so many vines on the ground? Ulti spawned the shit ton.
You can do it, Flutterflies. Keep them safe.
And then I'm trying to remember what else. Cooldowns, defensive, secondary defensive, and then we go over to this side of the bar, and I have shift Q modifier. So this is gonna be my absorb key. So if I'm using Power Word Shield, this is where we used to go. This is Power Word Shield, or sometimes Shield Block, Ignore Pain sometimes as well. Depending on how many, like, I have to adjust keys depending on what expansion I'm in as well. So some kind of, like, secondary extra defensive that grants absorb, or, like, thorns damage, or damage reduction, or those sort of things. And then, Shift E is a slow, entangling roots, or in this game's case, the, like, fucking damage reduction thing. Concussive shot, frost shock, those sorts of things. Shift R is like fast burst. Oh shit button is Shift R. That is expel harm. Serenity in this game's case, or yo, what's up, dude? What else? Potion. I'm trying to think. I mean, mana in this case. A good time capstone with 18 minutes left. 18 minutes left? Damn, you guys pumped. Good shit. And then mouse wheel I mean, mouse wheel. This one is the keybind I stole from Bajira, actually. It was mouse wheel up charge. And it was a macro for mouse wheel up charge, hamstring, battle shout in Miss of Pandaria. So you scroll your mouse wheel up, and you charge them, you battle shout mid-charge because it was off global cooldown, and then if you roll the wheel again in range, you get hamstring. So it saved me the hamstring keybind, and it got me in range to charge, and it automatically pressed the thing I forgot most. So ever since I started using that, I couldn't unsee it. And then mouse wheel down is always my trinket key. Because mouse wheel down is the fastest you can, like, press trinket, I think. Because when you scroll your mouse wheel, it does multiple inputs as fast as humanly possible. So to get the input of trinket as quick as possible, you hit, like, 3 or 4 inputs as fast as you can. If you fuck that up in arena, you die instantly. So, you know. I think I've added all you guys. So yeah, mouse wheel up, go in, mouse wheel down, get the fuck out. And then shift space is my interrupt key. And my mouse buttons, I have my Ice Lance button on 1 on my Naga mouse. And then my secondary here is movement speed, AoE, so like thunderclap, shockwave. Yeah, mouse 1 is like Ice Lance, in this case, something that like I can throw at things. Shield throw, that sort of vibe. And then normally for my keybinds on my mouse, I use my mouse to target like teammates as well. I usually do have 1 2 3 4 5 6 keybound, and then I have shift 1 2 3 4 5 6 keybound as well. And then if I'm playing World of Warcraft, I'll have like control keybound as well, like for control Q, control E, control R, or like, you know, alt and what have you. Like, I'm a fucking arena healer. I'm used to having 50 keybinds. Like, I could sit here all day. But the last part I'll go through is my mouse and the keybind setup that I use for targeting. So this is something that people can probably make use of. With a Razer Naga, I use 3, 6, 9, and 12, which are the 4 buttons on top, as Party 1, Party 2, Party 3, and Self. I mean, well, I would use it in this game as that. In Arena, it's normally 3, 6, 9, where 3 is Party 1, 6 is Party 2, and then 9 is Self. And then what I would normally do is 12 is Jump. So then I have jump on that hand. And the reason being is because I'm jumping all the fucking time from arena practice. Because if you keep jumping in the air, if you get charged by a warrior, you still keep your fucking momentum as you fall. So if I were to jump here, get charged mid-air, I would still keep the momentum. And now I'm farther away from him. So the stun lasts half a second less of actual damage on top of me. Which winds up adding up when they could one-shot crit you back in the day and instant delete you. So that's why I always jump around all the fucking time. I have literally broken mouse buttons from how many times I press this. But instead of that, since I have broken mouse buttons so many times that my mouse doesn't fucking work anymore, out of my 12 Naga buttons, 3, 6, 9, 12, 2, 8, 11, 10, and 7's on its way out. All of those are broken. I have 1, 4, and 5 left. And this is Naga 1, this is 4, and this is 5. That's all I got left. Every other key is broken. So, instead, I target with 1, 2, 3, 4. Which I started doing in League of Legends because I wanted to see what was going on the map. That's a well-loved peripheral. Yeah, this is the 3rd one. I broke the other 2 from doing the same thing with the same keybinds. Maybe it's the binds. Maybe it's the binds. But yeah, so I started doing 1, 2, 3, 4 to get better at League. To panda my teammates and what have you. Because I was playing League locked camera, which was not very advised. I was playing like lock on lock, depending on what I was doing. So when I was playing lock camera, I could use 1, 2, 3, 4 to then go to my teammates' camera, which was then locked on my teammates to show me where my teammates were. And I could use 1, 2, 3, 4 to quickly, like, adjust through that. So instead here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I'm healing, I'm doing like 1 Q, 2 R, or, you know, if I'm playing Vigor, yeah. It's like 1 spacebar, 2 Q, 3 F, 4 C, depending on circumstance. You know what I mean? Kind of hard to do with people not in front of me, but like... Let's see if I can find someone. Okay, so like 2Q, 4... shit. See what I mean? Like, even as it is, like... Normally, I have my targeting on my right hand, and I have my, like, actual healing on my left hand. But instead, I have targeting and healing on the same hand. And, which is why I'm surprised I'm actually healing as fast as I am. Because this is not my natural setup. But it is fun. And it does work, so. So, in scenarios like this, 1Q, 2Q, 3Q, 4Q. Make sure I have the blue on me. Okay, I have to heal main. Spacebar main, F main. Spacebar again. You know, 3 to switch to a different teammate. 4 switch to a different teammate. You know, as it is. While I'm looking, like, monitoring over here for what I should do here. Look down here, check timers. You know, check timers over here. You know, how it is. Anything else you're curious about? Otherwise, we need to get going on keys. But yeah, that is my keybind setup. And I'll add more as I go. Like, G is my dedicated, like, buff key for stand buff and kings and fucking, you know. Like, I go as far over as, like, RGB. Isn't that convenient? So... There you go. That's my keybinds. I'm a simple man. Closest to hand with modifiers. And then how my hand naturally sits.